this old crone. And that's what I call her, because I'm learning a lot of terms. I know they said witches that get about the age of, I guess, I'm not going to even say that. I don't know what age range it is. But I would say she was a crone because she was like in her late 70s. She was in her late 70s. I think it's three phases of a witch. I think it's the first would be the virgin. The second would be the mother. The third would be the crone. Now, y'all are welcome to, like, give me some feedback, because like I said, I've always been a one to see things that other people couldn't see and hear things other people couldn't hear, but I never was able to put like man's words and terms on it. So y'all can straighten me out if I really appreciate it if y'all did comment, so I can learn something myself. But she was about in her late 70s, and she could tell you a whole lot of stuff. She's dead now. And I realized what a great teacher I had ahead of me, because she prepared me in so many ways for so many things to come. But I thought that for a moment that she was kind of losing a little bit, but then I had to realize that I had to be open to it, because I have had strange paranormal type, situation happen in my life. So if you are touched by any of these spiritual type people, where you can see things that the average person won't admit that they have seen, or don't say that they have seen, then you truly have I may say, a gem. Just don't let it run you crazy, because a lot of the people that they say have these mental illnesses just have the sight of seeing in the spiritual realm. But for some reason, which could be expected, they lost it. A lot of them have committed suicide and are in a sane asylum. But we need to just realize that, just because the scientists and the doctors say that it shouldn't happen, that's not true, because our ancestors saw visions like that all the time, and they interacted with two worlds all the time, and it was normal, and it was considered a gift if you were able to do things of that nature. Things just have changed since science has come out. But the old crone told me so many stories of the Hatman, and most of the stories I'll send of my particular video around would be mostly her stories, because I've only had I think it's only one encounter, one that I thought when I first saw it was an encounter. I thought it was, but I'm not going to even talk about that one. I'm just going to concentrate on the one that I had a long interaction with, and I told you in one video, but some people may have not seen that video. But anyway, I was just like I said, I was getting up between that wake stage. I told you about the plant life, but the first interaction was the form of a man. And I would say that his body was shaped just like Herman the monster. The void was shaped just like Herman. It had a flat head at the top. No, it didn't. It had sort of like a point. I'd say it was point, but it was very geometrical, as I stated, and the head was so tiny on it. And the shoulders were broad shoulders. I say he would stand about a good 7 to 8 feet tall, very, very tall. And as I looked him up and looked him down, his body got smaller as it went lower, and his feet were long. They were big. They were big feet like Herman's. And my experience with him was more of shock to see something like that. And you know something, guys, it creeps me out when every time I concentrate on it, it just creeps me out, because when he stood over me, he was so curious. It was more or less like he was just trying to figure out what I was. That's what kind of like, and the more I concentrate on the entity, I even feel more things about him, because it seems as if though he is connected with me. And I think that, and I'm going to use the word shit, I think that shit freaked me out more than anything. The fact that this dark entity was somehow connected to myself. It was it was personal. It was not like something that, you know, this thing was associated with anybody in my family, or so. I think I could take it more if I knew this thing was associated with everything else, and it just happened to come upon me. But it was like it was me, as if though I stepped outside of my own body and I was observing it. So now I hate to talk about it. I'm gonna freeze it right there and leave it, because the more I look into that, the more it's like I'm just coming straight out of my body. And I don't want to do that right now. And I'm gonna get to one of those videos too, because I've done that a few times, and I would like to touch bases on that. But that was my experience with the Hank Man. What if that was a Hank Man? And I was told that it was. And I'm gonna talk about some other people's, but that was just the one, you know, time have dealt with them. Be right back.